It's Saturday night live on Facebook and YouTube, and you are tuned in to Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. We want to thank you tonight for inviting us into your home. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. We're broadcasting to you live from our remote studios in Enterprise, Georgia, Thompsontown, Georgia. Our studio located at 5/8 Flamingo Road and 3/8 Tobacco Road, Georgia, and from the resurrected red carpet in Gordon, Alabama. We're coming to you live from all 57 states, 5 foreign countries, and 3 sunken islands. You can catch our reruns of this show this week following Cagney and Lacey, Dear John, and I Married Joan. All 3 of those shows will be carrying our reruns this coming up week. And ladies and gentlemen, for the very time, may I introduce to you tonight, we are live on the big screen in a brand new venue every week. And tonight, we are live on the big screen at Neva Jeans Nail Salon, DUI classes, vacuum cleaner repair, tuxedo rental, and petting zoo in Itapena, Mississippi.
What's
the name of that town, Marvin?
Yeah, what?
Itapena, Mississippi, Neva Jeans. She's got a nail salon, DUI classes, vacuum cleaner repair, tuxedo rentals, and a petting zoo in Itapena, Mississippi. Thank you, Neva Jean. We appreciate your sponsorship today, and we hope all your fine folks that come in for your diversified enterprises will enjoy watching us on the big screen tonight. But we are glad you are here. We are glad to be on the air tonight, and we hope that you have a great evening with us. Hope you enjoy the show. Hope we make you laugh a little bit. Hope we make you relax a little bit. We're glad to be here. Charlie, take it away.
Well, I'm glad to be back. I missed last week because I went over and helped my buddy John Dykes out at South Alabama Speedway, did a little bit of announcing over there on the races. It's been a long time since I'd done that, so it was when I called in, they started another race. And I'm sitting there having to read all this stuff off and figure out what's going on. I'm glad to be back tonight, and I just want to say that I guess Queasel wasn't here last week as well. I know you, Floyd, and Marvin carried on. We appreciate that. I know where I was, but I was just wondering if Queasel might have been at that rally for Brother Al Sharpton and Kenny Glasgow, his brother, cousin, nephew, sidekick. I don't know that's what.
You can quit wondering. If I weren't there, I guarantee you I was not there. Well, there would be nothing that was said, done, or illustrated that I would be interested in that group of individuals. But I'll tell you where I was at.
Where were you?
Well, see, I had to go. I was taking buck dancing lessons. Cause, like you know,
whoa! I thought you won the buck dancing check.
No, Floyd won. I couldn't run.
Oh, that's Floyd. Right. Cuban. Okay.
Floyd won. So I had to, part of my package, see the second place, part of the second place package was you got lessons so you could come in first place. And then when I got through with that, I had to go, they done signed me up for another gas siphoning contest, and I went and I lost again.
That's a popular sport right now.
I know it. Floyd, I can't beat that fella with the fishnet tank top shirt on from San Francisco. I just cannot. I can't beat him.
He can siphon some gas now. He can draw on the hose.
Driving that convertible purple Mazda Miata.
Yeah. He's entered in double sports this year though.
What is he? Yeah.
He's entered. I don't know how he come out, but I know his name was entered for the cornhole contest. I don't know how he come out.
He probably won it too. Sound like he'd be a good competitor in that sport too.
Yeah, I saw where he was entered in it, but he let me tell you something. I couldn't. I did manage to come in second again though. I did, but I'm tired of coming in second.
Did you pass your drug test like the horse couldn't pass?
No, they ain't gave us no drug test.
Okay, just checking.
Did I know? But they did tell me that they thought I could offer a little more competition to Floyd. I said, well, I'm gonna tell you something now. I said that just goes to show how much y'all know. I said Floyd whooped me, and he was sandbagging. He was holding back. I said Floyd ain't. They ain't cut him. He ain't cut loose yet. Now I said I done
You
seen
know,
some of Floyd's moves.
he's the only man I've ever seen that it don't take but a teaspoon of meal to get him going.
That's all it takes.
Teaspoon. He don't need no. He don't need a half of a sack. He just needs a teaspoon of meal.
Did
And
you
the
throw you
only
some
other,
meal out on the dance floor there, Quiz, or did you have you some cornmeal and throw it out on the dance
Oh yeah.
floor?
Oh yeah. I
Okay,
throwed it
all
out
right,
there. I
all right.
throwed it out there.
You got to
And
have that.
that guy asked me. He
if you
said,
want to
"What
see
is the
Floyd,
best way?" He asked me, he said, how would you describe Floyd's moves? And I said, well, here's what I want you to do. I said, I want you to picture. I said, I want you to take a picture in your mind and figure out and think what James Brown would look like standing in the bed of fire ants. I said, that is what Floyd was moving like.
That was my
He
I
move.
said,
That's my dance move. That's my number one dance move right there.
well, there's another side of Floyd that I've seen a couple of times, and that is if you put 50 cents in the jukebox and hit Percy's Sledge when a man loves a woman, boy, you talking about a show. He can put on a show to that one.
You done dated me now. Precious Ledge and
Well,
Otis Redding. Whew, man, we ain't got no Precious Ledges and Otis Reddings no more.
not
they
no more.
gone.
We ain't got no more. No, they gone, man. Them days is over with. Y'all young folks don't know what you missed. You have no idea what you missed in life if you have never been in an automobile and it be in the summertime. I'm talking about put Precious
Come
Ledge
on.
on or Otis Redding and the
Come on.
windows go fogging up in the summertime. You never have known that. So
It
I
worked
tell
till
you
you got
what,
married anyway, didn't it, Floyd?
that's right.
It worked for
I
me
tell
till
you,
I got married.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. Oh man, that was the glory days, man. We had such a good time. We had such a good life. Precious Ledge, Otis Redding, all them. Oh man, please come on. I listened to one the other day. I found me a record. I didn't even know I had him. His name was ZZ Hill. You might have heard of him, Charlie. He's a blues singer. Y'all plug you in some ZZ Hill and listen to him if you want
Can
to
he
get
do
right.
it?
He can do it. Oh man, he's awesome. He can do it.
What's the guy that does so good with the blues, Floyd?
Oh, they bunch of them, man. Bunch of them, man. Delbert
Uh,
McClinton's my man.
Dale McClendon, that's the
oh
one.
yeah,
That's the one.
Oh,
Delbert
Delbert
McClendon.
McClinton's the greatest singer ever lived. There ain't none no better than Delbert McClinton. He taught one of them Beatles how to blow the harmonica. I think it was John Lennon. He taught him how to blow the harmonica. Delbert did. That's how strong Delbert is. We saw Delbert one time in Thompson, Georgia. He was over at the Blind Willie Blues Festival. So there we had
Blind
a good time.
Billy.
Yeah, he was picking
he
and singing. He was the last one up there. He was the last one singing, and it come up a storm, come up a lightning storm. Man, they were some of them hollered. He said, "I got to go." He was up on the stage. We was outside. Trees everywhere all around. Well, me and Nadine was making our way to the automobile because I done been in lightning storms anyway. Devil, they was some of them. He said, "I got to go." He said, "I can't stay up here." They said, "Oh no!" They were hollering. He said, "You stay if you want to." Said, "I done been hit by lightning on one of these microphones. I'm going. I'm going to the motorhome." That was the end of the concert, but it was good. Oh Lord, how much y'all ought to research some of that old music out there. If you want to make you feel good, if you want to get in the right mood about something, get your mind right and get it off
That's
all
it.
of this mess that you see on the TV there with these fools on TV. Listen to you some good music sometime.
old Percy played Dothan. What many years ago was that? You remember Peanut Festival? We sat there. I can't remember it, but not too awfully too many years ago. A couple of years before he passed away, I think he played the National Peanut Festival. Let me tell you,
Oh,
we had good up close seats down there. You could sit in at the amphitheater,
yes, sir.
buddy. He could still put on a show. He could
Last
still
time I
do it.
seen Otis, we listen to me. Queezer might have been there. We was at a JC. We had a JC rally, JC's rally in Albany, Georgia, at the
I
downtown
don't know
Motor
nothing about
Inn.
it.
Oh yeah. And we was up there. We had a big meeting. There was a big JC conclave meeting there, and we was all in there, socializing and libating and all that kind of stuff. And Percy was in the lounge singing at the downtown. We broke up to JC conclave and went over there and listened. I was so close to Percy's sled, he was slinging sweat on me. That's how me and they did without that. We were bicycling, man. We were out there dancing, man. You talk about now that's some smooth moves, man. Let me tell you what.
Floyd, let
It
me
was
ask you, what does libating mean? I don't know that.
libating means you're entertaining yourself with a beverage.
Oh,
Coca-Cola
oh,
adult beverage.
Yeah, some folks have Coca-Cola in it.
Yeah. I don't remember nothing about I don't think
No
I
libating.
participated.
Now some of your buddies do. Some of your buddies that
And
you were big friends
I'm
with, they
on
remember.
I
Hey,
remember that I
go ahead.
remember that night. Wasn't it the
Yeah,
downtowner?
downtowner, right there now on what's that Overthorpe Boulevard, like going east.
Overthorpe.
Oh
But
man,
now
yeah.
listen now, y'all got to understand, we was up there on official JC business. We wasn't doing all that frolicking and all that stuff. We was there on official JC business.
That's
oh. So
right.
you confessing that you was there, but you was there to take care of business and weren't a part of the others. Is that what you're
That's
saying?
that's my tail, and I'm sitting on it.
Okay.
Well, they was
Oh,
enough.
hey, y'all remember going when we performed in Athens and going to that little place and seeing Otis Redding the third?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Otis Redding Jr. Yeah,
Junior, that
yeah.
was him.
Junior.
Nadine had him over in Dawsonville over at the Big Fish Festival over there. Folks everywhere.
Yeah.
Otis Redding Jr. Otis's
Yeah,
son.
He was good now.
Yeah,
wasn't
I
that the
love this
same
Big
trip
Fish.
we saw Herschel Walker? We talked to
That was
Herschel
it.
Walker.
In the
Yeah, well, in
elevator,
the parking lot.
in the parking lot. Yep.
Yeah, we've been some places. Hey, we done some things. Yeah, we was up there. We was up there performing Dirt Road Sports. Some of you folks out there may not realize who y'all got on the screen in front of you now. Y'all may just say, "Huh?" They look at them redneck honkies. So what did they do? Listen, man, we've been all over. We've been all over. We've been Grand Marshal at the Possum Festival in Walsall, Florida. We was at the
Whoa.
Grand Marshal over there at South Alabama Speedway in Arp, Alabama one night. We've been in Savannah, Georgia, at the biggest hotel, biggest conference center in Savannah, Georgia. Main Entertainment. Been over there twice doing that, 2 or 3 times doing that. Last time I went, Marvin and Queasel had to go by themselves because I was down there working at auction in Headland and I couldn't go. And they went and made a little money and come back and split it even with me. Now that's what friends are. That's where we live.
That's
Hey,
right.
that's the kind of life we live. Let me tell you,
That's it.
one for all and all for one. So, we've been around. I'm
That's
gonna
it.
tell you, if y'all want us to come do one of your parties or something for you, if you want us to, insult somebody that you don't like, that's gonna be there, pay us and we'll do it. We'll have a
You
fun.
know,
We'll have a fun time
Equal
doing
opportunity offenders.
it.
I
Hey,
am
they look at some folks will offend for you and won't charge you nothing. How about that?
Pay you.
I am so ready to do
If
a
y'all
live
have a
show
party for
somewhere.
Nancy Pelosi and y'all want her offended, call us. We'll do it for free.
If
I
you're
am so
watching in Alaska and want that to happen, we'll pay for our own transportation up there.
That's right. Yeah.
We'll charter that Piper Cub.
That's
Yeah.
right. Hey guys, if y'all are watching this tonight, please hit the like and the share button on there. That kind of gets our message out a little bit and lets other people see us. We certainly would appreciate it if you'd help share us. Just hit the like button and hit the share button if you're watching on Facebook, and that'll let other people be able to see it broadcast on your page. Also, if you'd like to, go to the Dirt Road Sport page and like it, and you can follow on there, and you'll get live notifications when we go live. But again, we want to thank you tonight. Let me go ahead and hit this one while we're here on 8:15, 7:15 Central Standard Time. Right there, all your vehicle needs, Buddy Carlton, Buddy Chambers, 229-254-3109, Franklin Spring Creek Ford in Colquitt, Georgia. All you got to do is give him a call. Buddy's been in the car selling business a long, long time. He is actually in the Colquitt Miller County Car Salesman Hall of Fame. He is a diamond member of it. And I promise you, whatever kind of vehicle you're looking for, if he can get his hands on it, he'll get it for you. Carlton Buddy Chambers is the name. 229-254-3109 is the number. And he is salesman extraordinaire at Franklin Spring Creek Ford right here in wonderful Colquitt, Georgia.
Amen. Yeah. Let me say something while we on air about
Eddie's wanting to
folks
get
that
on
we've
another
met. We talked about seeing Percy and all the folks that we've seen, that Deborah McClinton and all that. We and Charlie, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. We and this has to do with one of mine and Nadine's dear friends, Miss Rojo. She lives in Albany, Georgia. She was a divorcee at the time, and we was at the what's the name of that place that used to be that as Cowboys now? What was the name of that place used to be? The Drifters, or was it Flamingo Club? Was that the Flamingo Club? We was at
Flamingo.
the Flamingo Club one night. We was over there and with libating and enjoying ourselves with each other, having a good time. Wasn't bothering nobody. And Rojo was with us. She had gone over there with me and Nadine. And we had gone to eat out and then went on to the Flamingo Club. And then we met some more of our friends at the Flamingo Club. And they was a very, very famous actor from Dothan, Alabama, Charlie, that was in there by the name of Mr. Bill Espy, snapper on The Young and the Hopeless. I mean, The Young and the Restless. He was in there at the table, and he was some gal sitting there with him. Anyway, we kind of converged upon him, and we got a picture of Rojo sitting in Snapper's lap with her arms thrown around his neck, telling him how much she loved him. And we got that picture somewhere. If we never find that picture, Rojo may have that somewhere in her gallery of famous events somewhere. But we had a good time. That's another famous person that we met one time from Dothan, Alabama. I reckon he's still living, ain't he, Charlie?
As far as I know,
Ain't heard no different.
He's from Dothan.
Yeah, Bill Espy,
Yeah.
William Espy. He played snapper. This would be back in the 70s, early 80s, late 70s, early 80s.
Man, I can remember watching it with my grandma.
Yeah, you didn't miss it. The snapper and old lady Chancellor, that old woman that she could drink more liquor than Nancy Pelosi, the only one that I know of that could drink more than Nancy Pelosi. She could drink some kind of liquor, smoke cigarettes, and smoke one cigarette right behind another.
Hey, she lived to be 90-something years old.
Yeah, that's what cigarettes and whiskey killed her. 90-something years old. We didn't never meet Miss Chancellor. We met Snapper though. Man, please, we had us some fun. We had it. We had a good time.
One of them named Victor. Wasn't he the other bad
Victor,
guy?
yeah, Victor come in a little bit later on. Now, Victor wasn't in the beginning. Mr. Chancellor was the debonair man. He was married to old lady Chancellor, and he was running around with all them young women there, and old lady Chancellor staying drunk and smoking cigarettes all the time. And he was having fun with a young girl, and Jill was one of them. Her and Snapper had some kind of relationship. I don't know what she was, but anyway.
Didn't Jill and old man Chancellor have a relationship?
They had a relationship. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had something going on. But anyway, that's just what I just thought I'd throw that in there. It's just something that came. It's some of them reflecting, reflecting. I got a lot of reflecting to catch up with. There's a lot back in my reticular system. Y'all know what the reticular system is, don't you? It's like a web around your brain. He likely told me what the reticular system. He explained it to me one night as we were libating. He had he said it's like a net, a web over your brain, and information comes in, and the net catches it, just like catching a suckerfish in that net, and it stays. You retain it. It's your reticular system. I learned that from him. So, and
just like you learned libating from him. Is that what?
No, I already knowed about libating before I ever met Lexi.
Okay.
Now, Lexi knowed about libating. He knowed it. He knowed it a while too. So, anyway.
People always ask, why y'all hang around Floyd so much? You see how smart he is. You learn stuff.
That's exactly
around Floyd. He teaches stuff. He's pretty smart.
I got history. Got a history.
That's it.
Y'all to open up a school on the web, you know.
I'll tell them what school happened. There wasn't nobody paying no attention to me. They wasn't listening.
Somebody
to
would.
Me. Hey, Mike, we got folks looking tonight. I'm looking on him again. There's Cindy Rojo, man. She's there. Stanley Williams, LaVon Nichols, D. Kirby Parker. Stanley, he done hit us 2 or 3 times on my screen there. Rita Mock, she's watching. Call out some more there, Marty.
Yeah, Stanley must have been a Young and the Restless Extraordinaire, because he knows everything about it. Talking about Nikki and
Mm-hmm.
Jill, and he
He
knows
said
everything.
Jill was blessed. She was blessed. She was definitely blessed.
Oh.
He said Nikki was a stripper. I didn't ever know Nikki. I quit.
Yeah,
I
I
quit.
remember Nikki.
Yeah,
Nikki was a
Nikki
stripper.
wound up married Victor.
Oh, okay.
I didn't remember that now. I didn't know she married Victor.
Yeah, that was in the last. But now, I mean, I always remember this. You could skip 10 years and go back to watching it, and you could pick right back up in about 15 minutes.
That's right. Yeah. Some of them would die off, but most of the time they didn't die. They go off. They'd be lost in a mountain climbing accident or something other for a couple of years. Then they go back up.
Miraculously, somebody made a miraculous rescue.
Yeah.
How many cigarettes you think Miss Chancellor smoked?
Oh man, I don't know what. I think she smoked like Viceroys or something like that. I think that's what she smoked. Man, she'd burn a cigarette. So, whew, she'd hit that thing and she'd draw it. You could hear it frying. You could.
What kind of liquor did she drink?
She drank white liquor. She drank clear liquor, which is the most dangerous kind of whiskey you can drink. Stay away from clear whiskey, vodka and gin and tequila. Stay away from it. Put the liquor down and walk away from it. Just say
Why
it.
is it?
And
Why
I tell
is
you
it?
another one. Go ahead, John.
Why is it so dangerous?
Slip up on you. It don't look like you're
Huh?
doing that. It look like you're drinking ice water. You know, if you got a libation and it's got some color to it, and you rattle your eyes around, and you'll look at it and you'll put it down, and then you can taste it. But see that vodka, especially, you can't taste it. It look like water. It don't like you ain't drinking nothing. And then them martinis, for gosh sake, whatever you do, stay away from them martinis, the clear ones.
What about moonshine? It's clear.
Oh, they no moonshine off. It's off the rails. It's off the chart. Man, you better know what you're doing. You better know what you're doing. Go
Will it
yourself
hurt
off. I got a old buddy Delvin McClellan. I was telling y'all about. I got a record with him, and he's got one of his songs on his record. If y'all, all of y'all got the internet, y'all can pull it up in just a matter of seconds. He got a song called "The Jungle Room." Delbert McClinton. Pull up "The Jungle Room" and listen to the lyrics on that one. And he mentions moonshine in there. But it's good. That's some of that good music.
Dick Tab saying, "Don't tell it all."
Yeah, I know. Are you talking about the club and the Colony Club? Y'all remember some of y'all in Dawsonville? Y'all remember the Colony Club? It used to be over there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the club. I used to be in Nowhere. You had to go upstairs to it. They give you some kind of card. He'd give you some kind of identification card. It's where the old TV station or something was at there, Charlie. That was an old hotel or something. I had to go upstairs up back to it. That was the club.
The club was next door where the old bus station used to be.
Okay. All right.
Kind of a round-shaped building, a little bit.
I thought it was a hotel. That was an old hotel-looking thing.
You may not have remembered, Charlie.
It was a long time ago. Listen, I probably would go out. I'd probably been farming all day, putting up corner posts and putting up fence, and then go over there. Got tired, couldn't remember. Probably what happened.
Didn't have nothing to do with what you were drinking.
No. If somebody here, Charles Mercer said the SB owned, I can't read the whole thing, owned some farmland and farmed it too for a while, he said. Owned some farmland in Cottonwood and farmed it for a few years. That's what I buddy Charles Murphy said about Snapper. I didn't know who Snapper was until Rojo pounced on it. I didn't know. So, Rojo was between marriages at this point in time. She was a divorcee. She had not hooked up with Julio yet. That was later on, several years later on. But I ain't talking out of school. I guarantee you, she know what I'm talking about.
But she was interested in Snapper.
Snapper. She knew who Snapper was.
Uh-huh.
Snapper was about as popular, Queasel, as Conway Twitty back in them days.
He was.
Come
He
on
was. He
now,
was strong. He
that's
was
pretty
strong.
popular.
But see, Snapper was acting to all sorts of folk. Conway was just the women that like country music and that kind of croon, that special sound that he had. They liked him, but all the women liked Snapper.
Yeah, all the
What,
women like
what
that.
was
Yeah.
that you
It did.
said? What was that you said about Conway that when he come on and that light hit, you could hear them boots walking on the stage.
Mhm.
Man, you could hear them women. They go to they couldn't stand it. We was over at Dothan, Alabama one night. We was over there, and them lights got dark, and then that mirror ball go to spinning. They put that mirror ball up there, and he had a drummer, and the drummer's name was Poke Chop.
Pork
That was in
chop.
so Poke Chop. So he would, and they had I think they had the stage and the steps up on the stage. Think they had a mic so that you could hear Conway when he was walking up there.
Yep.
And man, it get dark, and you could hear a pin drop in there. And that mirror ball go to turning, and you'd hear them ladies in there. They'd go to squeaking and the squirming and the couldn't be still. And old Poke Chop get on there, and he'd said, "And now, ladies and gentlemen, the best friend a country music song ever had, Conway 20." He'd walk up there and he'd grab that old microphone and he'd squinch down with it one time and he'd say, "Hello, darling." That night he done it. That woman was sitting in front of me and Raymond Hope Jr. And I was wild, so we was acting straight. Now we just come from the rodeo in Boniface. We took it in the rodeo earlier that day. We come on up there to Dothan to watch Conway that night. He squeezed down on that microphone and "Hello, darling," and she stood up in that chair in front of us. She grabbed her shirt and tore it open and went to shaking like this. She said, "Here it is, Conway. Come get it."
Woo! Come
Yes,
on.
sir.
Come
Yes,
on.
Come
sir. And
on.
them Dothan police coming and took her out, kicking and screaming out the door. She got on out the door. She went. Happened right there, right in front of us.
Conway didn't bite on that one, then, did he?
Conway didn't bite, but
He didn't bite on that one.
and if he'd go to
That
look
probably
at
was.
him, if
That probably was a trap right there. Ooh.
he he uh if he'd go to losing the crowd, you could watch him, boy. He'd go to gripping that microphone and he'd go to squinching down and gripping it, and here they'd come, boy. They'd get back up to standing and screaming. They'd be squalling.
Oh
They'd
yeah.
be squalling over at him.
She used to be running.
Good
Yeah,
gracious
it'd be like they were at a Pentecostal church.
Oh, I was coming.
Squad. Oh, tell it, yeah,
Come
oh,
out the gate before we get to the list.
yeah. Woo, mercy, God have mercy. That was a good opening right there to put that in there. See, so we was at Man Albany one night and listen to me at the Silver Saddle. You know where the Silver Saddle was, didn't you, Queasel?
Oh
Had the
yeah, I know where
had
it
Silver
was.
Dollar laid all the way across the whole bar up there, Silver Saddle. And they had all these country music stars and all these folks coming. We was in there one night and David Allen Coe was the performer.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Oh man, he got in there and he had some old long old frock coat on, old hat on, and the outlaw motorcycle gang was there. They had all the motorcycles parked all around the front door there at the Silver Saddle. And David, David done got pretty deep in his juice there. He said, cut the air conditioning off. He said, cut it, man. It was feeling good in there. I mean, you had to, when you in a crowd, you got 300 or 400 folks, milling around there with throwing off body heat. You need some air conditioning going. And he said, cut the air conditioning off. And he went to using some profanity, some words. And he said, I wrote all these songs in prison where we didn't have no air conditioning. If y'all want to listen to them, y'all gonna have to listen to them with the air conditioner off. Me and Nadine kind of looked at one another about that time, and we both had the same plan. We headed out the door, headed on home, got in our air conditioned automobile, and come to our air conditioned house and left it with them in Albany with no air conditioning. I wasn't down for that. I didn't sign on for that.
He put that in his contract, Floyd, later on. In fact, in 1980, I believe it was 80,
Somewhere
81,
along in there. Yeah, that's somewhere along in there.
he played Cowboys in the summertime.
Yeah, this was summertime.
And the contract said that 6 or 8 hours before the show, the air conditioning had to be cut off in the building. And there was about 700 folks and
Yeah.
that night, just shoulder to shoulder in there. And
Woo.
man, it was
I
tough.
do.
Yeah. Oh no, you got hey, you got that's not for everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and tell
No.
you right now. David Allen Coe is not for everybody. Now I'm not gonna
Mm-mm.
promote no songs that David Allen Coe song. I'm gonna promote what Devin McClinton and
I,
Percy and Otis song. I'm gonna talk about them. I ain't promoting none of David Allen Coe songs. Don't get me wrong. I got a line. There's a line there that I will not cross. So
there you
Was
go.
Floyd? Was you up there with us tonight? That I think it was the Silver Saddle that Elvin Bishop was up there.
I
Did you
wasn't
go up
there
there
for
with
Elvin. I wasn't. I don't
man?
think I was there for Elvin. I don't think I was
We,
there. But that his main
we
man,
were.
Mickey Thomas.
Yeah, we
I
were. Well,
was,
Mickey, we was up there
yeah.
that night, and he come out there and he was playing and playing, and after a while he said he said I just can't do it. I can't remember all what he said anyway. He said, is there anybody out there got some Copenhagen snuff?
Come
Well,
on.
he
Well, yeah, everybody. Yeah, of course.
we had it. Raymond Holt got up and took him up there and opened up his can, and Elvin Bishop got him a big old wad of that Copenhagen stuff and put it in his mouth and went back up there and went to playing and spitting on the stage. Now it
That's
was
it.
right then when
Yeah,
he
he got it
started
right.
doing
He
that.
done
The
got yeah.
party
He done
went
got
on.
the frame of mind then.
Yeah, it
Yep.
was ready to go then. Joe
Mhm.
did that.
I got a quick Mickey Thomas story. In 2010, I did a eulogy of a good friend of mine, W.T. Womble, that lived down on Lake Seminole. He's from Cairo originally and ended up over, I think, Valdosta Way, somewhere over there. W.T. had at one time the largest refrigeration company in the state of Georgia. And W.T., when he passed away, the family asked me to say some things, and I did. And I had heard him talk about his buddy, somebody Thomas from Cairo. We got to the cemetery, and this older gentleman walked up to me. He says, "You knew my friend." I said, "Yes, sir, I did." He introduced himself, and there was a younger fellow than him because this was a World War II veteran standing next to him, and I knew he had kind of like a nicer set of threads on than most of us did at the funeral. You understand? And he had that new porcelain look in his
Yeah,
mouth.
yeah. Them
Eh,
teeth.
but it was not the same person I used to see on album covers. I didn't put two and two together. And he kept the Mr. Thomas kept on talking to me, and I said, I remember WT saying that you and him kind of eased your way into the military. He said, yeah. He said, I think it was WT lied about his age to get in, and Mr. Thomas ate 11 pounds of bananas in 24 hours, so his weight would be enough where he would qualify to go off to World War II. Now that's what we
Mm,
Yeah.
used to have in
Ooh,
this
that's
country.
yeah.
yeah.
That's hardcore there. But
Mhm.
anyway, it was over with. Said the young guys, I appreciate you saying those things today. He says, Mr. Thomas said, "Will you do my funeral?" I said, "Well, no, sir, I don't do funerals. I don't like doing." He said, "But," he said, "you knew my friend," and he said he was just very appreciative. And his son, he said, "This is my son," and he says, "Mickey," and I said, "Nice to meet you." I get halfway back to Dothan, and WT's son Gordon calls me and said, "I see you got to talk to Mickey." I said, "Yeah, who is Mickey?" He said, "Mickey Thomas." He said, "Starship's lead singer, Elvin Bishop, wrote Fool Around and Fell in Love." I said, "My goodness, how stupid can I be?"
You
I
dropped that
stood
one.
there. I did. I stood there and visited with him, and he even knew me from wrestling back in the days. They
Mhm.
would pick it up over there and everything. And uh, interesting story was he never lost sight of where he came from.
That's right.
And and when those rock that he was touring with, and some that wasn't even his group, when they be going down to Florida, there's three different rock groups that would stop in Cairo when his mama was living, and she would cook for them. I'm talking about she'd put the peas, the butter beans, the stewed okra, the fried okra, the cornbread, and all out there in fried chicken for all them rock and roll stars that we thought were so big. They love coming through Cairo, Georgia, in Miss Thomas's kitchen.
Yeah,
Hey, Charlie.
our good buddy Dynamite King. He watches us all the time. Dynamite King roomed with Mickey Thomas at Americans at the college up there. They rented him out of my house. There was about 4 or 5 of them in there. Mickey Thomas was one of them, a bunch from Cairo over there. And one of them from Cairo was named Alco. So you do the math on that one. His name was Alco. And gosh, what was that other one name? I love the guy. He's a great guy. But Mickey Thomas and Dynamite King and another Charles Connell, Connell. That was him. Charles Connell. He plays with some band group, but they and we'd go up there. We'd go up there and visit with them sometime during the week or on the weekends or whatever, and visit with them up there at the house. They'd have something going on up there at America's at the college up there. Man, they had it going on over there at Dynamite King's place. Let me tell you, son, it was wide open.
Hey, Charlie,
all of them got a good education, though, I reckon.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie, you mentioned about him being a World War II veteran. I do want to throw this out today. Today is Armed Forces Day, and we want to give a big shout out to all of those that have served and who are presently serving in all of the branches of armed forces. We appreciate you. We appreciate what you're doing right now. We appreciate what you've done. We appreciate you for keeping us safe. Whatever branch of the service, we want to salute all of the branches of the service. We are proud to support not only the great country that we live in, but we are proud supporters of our armed forces and our veterans. And we want to say a big shout out to everybody that has served and or is presently serving in the military. Happy Armed Forces Day to you. We love you. We appreciate you. And we thank you for the service to our country. I want to give a big shout out to everybody today. Real quick. Go ahead, Charlie.
Just like we appreciate law enforcement and the jobs that they do.
Sir.
First responders like Queasel and all the people that when you need them, you call them and they're there. And it's a shame that some of this country feels the way they do about them, but it is what it is. We're living in some very, very strange times. By the way, you boys coming over here, when you cross that river down there at Gordon at the Chattahoochee River, you better be careful. Better be careful over here. If you look like you're dead, says you ain't gonna get no more money. Just like over there, no more money after the 1st of June going out to folks that don't want to go to work. Now, once upon a time, I had this little conversation dinner tonight. Once upon a time, to draw unemployment, you had to be let go of your job because you were no longer needed or whatever. Now you can quit your job and get that unemployment, that, $600 something a week from the government to sit on your butts. But Meemaw says,
not only did Meemaw sign it, our governor signed it too. Georgia's
exactly.
in well.
Last 18 states have gone to that, and I think it's a good thing.
Yep.
Step and getting things. They talk about normalcy and all this stuff with the COVID. The normal thing, though, that butts back to work is start getting all the things we need, building supplies. We could even go to restaurants like I can name you 2 of the major restaurants in Dothan that did not open their doors on Sunday that usually do on Mother's Day, but they didn't have enough staff to open their doors, gentlemen. Pitiful.
Yep.
Pitiful.
Hey, Floyd, will you tell us a little bit about Circle B contracting?
Man, I'd be glad to. One of the best outfits that you're going to find anywhere in the southeastern United States or anywhere in the United States. Circle B Contracting, Bainbridge, Georgia. That's their headquarters. They go all over, do all kind of paving work, all kind of dirt hauling, equipment hauling, site prep work, grading work, whatever you need done. You call these boys down there in Bainbridge, Georgia, Circle B Contracting, and look on the road when you meet one of them big shiny black dump trucks, one of them big tandem axle dump trucks with that round Circle B put on the door right there. Blow your horn at them, wave at them, and they'll wave back at you because them boys is hard at work, doing a good job for everybody they do business with. Good, honest folk, good, honest days work for a good, honest paycheck. So Deal with them. Circle B Contractor in Bainbridge, Georgia. Donald Boyette and Earl Boyette. Give them a call.
Queasel, tell them a little bit about MC Construction LLC.
Man, there ain't too much you can tell other than what he said. He said there ain't no use in calling the rest. Just go ahead and call the best. Go ahead and start with the best to start with. Been knowing Mayor and Cobb all my life. Matter of fact, we was very close. I think he was 1 year younger than me in school. Mayor been a hard worker all his life. He's worked for everything he's ever had. Started with nothing and built him up a company. No job too big, no job too small. Whatever you need built, he'll build it. If you don't know how to draw it, he'll draw it. If he can't draw it, he'll find somebody to draw it for you. But here's the thing about him. When he gets through, there's two things gonna happen. Number one, you're gonna be happy with what he done, and number two, he's gonna charge you a fair price. And that's all you can ask for where you're in the business. You know, Mayor Cobb, hard worker, good guy, honest. He does the work for you. Call him, give him a call, let him come look at what you want. He'll build anything you want. He even tear stuff down for you if that's what you want to do. Build it back or leave it tore up. Don't make no difference. Good guy. Give him a call. Whatever you want, call him and they'll get it going for you.
All right, guys. We have on the phone right now for our weekly.
Oh no! No.
Other than the fishing reverend, we have him on the phone with us. Reverend Barwick, it's good to have you back with us tonight on the fishing report. I guess you got to go fishing this week.
I did, Marvin, and yet another good outing on the water. If you want to fish, now's the time to go. If you can endure the wind, and you endure stuff for everything else, but just get out there and catch you some fish right now.
Well, I'm showing here, this is the catch for the week here. Man, there's some nice shell cracker in that cooler right there I'm talking about.
42 to be exact. That's the one I think you're showing. Had a good day yesterday. And just so the record, I gave every one of them away, cleaned them and gave them away.
See, there you go. Ministerial work.
Casting your bread up on the water.
Casting your bread.
There you go.
Now let me ask you this, Reverend. Did you caught all of these fish by yourself here, correct?
In that white cooler, I went by myself and caught them. Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right, and then you got a table full of fish here.
Oh, Barbara Stafford did that.
Oh,
Barbara Stafford. Yeah.
That's coming from Barbara Stafford, man. That's
Hubert was with her. But Barbara she was picking up the fish and putting them down. She knows how to do it.
And then here's one with Bobby Widener, 2 catfish. That's pretty good size ones right there. Now, you said on one of those is a 14-pound and one is a 20-pound?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good catfish.
But now that one that you had that time, it was 32 pounds. Is that correct?
32. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Matter of fact, I took it out and rode it around in the front seat of my truck today.
That's what I'm talking about, right?
It's just shriveled up now. It don't weigh but about 7 pounds now. It looks like it's been freeze dried, Marvin.
Look, can I add something to this conversation?
Go ahead, Charlie.
Well, that word reverend is real overused in the English language.
Amen.
Amen. Now, you have Reverend Al Sharpton, and then you have Reverend Kent Barwick.
Don't do that.
Two whoa. Both of them seem to have one thing in common. They lie a lot about his stuff. Barbie, just an observation. Thank you.
Just call me Brother Kent from here on out. I do not want to be in the same conversation.
Hey, I want to show y'all this. This is not Reverend Barwick here, but this is Zach Morris, Gavin Landon, and the world famous firefighter Dean King. Caught them on the river Friday in the backwaters. Only place he said they could find any clear water. And then we had one just a moment ago sent in by let me see who here. Clarence Smith and the judge caught these on Lake Seminole in a few hours.
Wow.
That red breast was close to 2 pounds.
Wow, that's a big one for a red breast now.
Yeah, 2
Good
pounds.
Yeah.
That is.
And the judge right there.
Well,
I
how
can't
about
see him.
Who is
how
the
about Fire
judge?
Chief? Has he fished lately?
Yeah, has the fire chief fished lately? He's asking.
No, he ain't. But if he can make it till about Wednesday,
Uh-oh.
if he
So
can make it till
she's
about
go
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
it's gonna be on then. It's going. The
She's
fire
going
chief
to go
over in
Wednesday.
Dawsonville, he called me. He been rubbing it in about his fishing expeditions, and
Bro,
then you've been calling and rubbing it in about your fishing expedition.
No, I've just as a prayer request is all I've done.
Oh, is that what it was?
Well,
Brother
Reverend Barber,
Kent.
go ahead, Chief.
Well,
Yes, sir.
bro,
Yes,
I gotta ask him a question. Repeat for the audience that might not have seen the Facebook page what you posted, and this here was a truthful moment for the fisherman. I'll call him Brother Kent instead of the Reverend, so he won't be in the owl category. You made mention of Wednesday night was a charm in your service because of why? Do you remember what you said?
I'm lost on this now. Help me remember. You got me scared. I don't know what I said.
You said prayer meeting night was a good night and an easy night for you as a pastor. Why?
Oh yes, because my job is nothing compared to what the people do who work with children. They are
There
the
you
real
go.
stars.
You said the folks that showed up for prayer meeting were old and usually hungry or sleepy, so all you had to do was read this Bible and then say a prayer and go home. Ain't that kind of what you said?
Yeah, yeah. My crowd, unlike the kids in the back, my crowd sits there, and I'm sure they taking in what I'm saying, but I think they can't wait to get to the Mexican restaurant. All they doing.
Reverend Barber, you plan on going fishing this week?
I sure do, Marv.
All right.
Provided everything worked, provided my wife. I mean, yeah, I'm going.
All right. Well, I hope you have a good day in the pulpit tomorrow. Hope you have happy fishing this week, and we'll look forward to next week's report.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Have a
See you,
good
bro.
Reverend Barber. He's a honey. Hey, I want to show y'all this. Here's a first time I have ever seen a magnolia tree produce fruit, and this was in Floyd's yard. Got a bloom on it. Y'all able to?
I can't see it.
It's a cat up in the magnolia tree that Floyd had right there. How far, was it pretty high up, Floyd?
He was up there high enough. I didn't climb up there and get him. I coached him down, and that was him. That's my neighbor's cat. He comes over here. His name's White Boy, and he gets up a magnolia tree, and he loves my cats and loves me and Nadine. We feed him, and my neighbor feeds him. He's a
You
special
didn't have to
cat.
call the fire department, though. I see. Yeah.
They
Hey,
what?
tell us a little bit about this right here.
What's that?
That's a picture
Ooh.
of like ham hocks and collard greens or mustard greens.
Oh, there's a story there. My friend, my good buddy Charles Pickle, who likes the dirt road sports and Charlie Platt, he called me the other day. You home? I said, no, I ain't home. I'm out and about. He said, well, when you get home, then look in your refrigerator there in your little office and cookhouse deal back there. Said, I brought you something. Anyway, I said, what is it? He said, you'll know it when you see it. Anyway, when I get home, I open my refrigerator door, and again, there's a whole quart of them collard greens that's cooked right there with them smoked ham hocks and all that. And he took all the meat off of them ham hocks and shredded it up in them collard greens, chopped them collard greens up, and brought them to me, put them in my refrigerator. Now, tell me we don't live in the greatest place that there is in the country right here, where somebody will come and bring you a quart of cooked collard greens, deliver them to your house, and put them in your refrigerator. Man, you talk about something fine. I love me some greens, collard greens, turnip green, mustard green. I don't care what it is. I love me some greens. They're good for you. They're good for your brain, too. But that old buddy Charles Pickle done that. He cooked them forever. He cooked them on and on and on. But, man, they was good. Fun. Sweet.
They look good. Look good. Queasel, did you go to the doctor this week?
No.
Oh, I thought you went to the doctor this week.
No, why would I go to the doctor?
Getting a senior citizen checkup.
No, don't, no. But I know somebody that did.
Oh, I thought you went.
Oh no, I went to Alabama. You mistaken. I tell you,
Oh,
you
you went over
mistaken.
there to get you. You went over there to pick up your camper. You didn't go to
Well,
doc.
I went over there. I went over there to check on Uncle Dump, and I got over there. And man, let me tell you something. I got in the worst mess I've been in my life when I got over. I've been in some predicaments, and I ain't never been in one like this. I got over there to check on Uncle Dump and Ain't Scrap. And I got over there and Ain't Scrap, she's sitting there on the front porch with a double barrel shotgun, just rocking back and forth in the chair.
Uh-oh.
And Ain't Scrap got two guns. She got a 32 pistol where she keep in her pocketbook. And when she showed up, get out of somebody, she pulled out that old double barrel shotgun. So I got the question. I said, Ain't Scrap, what the world going on? She said, oh, it's your Uncle Dump. He lost his mind. He is absolutely went crazy. She said, just look out there in the backyard. I look back out there in the old smokehouse. You know, that's where out there where he keep all his wine out there, you know, that he makes out there. And he's out there and Ain't Scrap done made him mad. So he went out and busted all her Mayhaw wine. And I didn't have guts enough to find out which ailment the Mayhaw wine was for. I was scared to ask her, Floyd, which one is the Mayhaw wine first?
I don't know. One of them. If you stopped up, you drank one kind of wine, and then if you're running off, drink another kind of wine, or whatever. And it'll stop whatever it is. But anyway, all of them got medicinal value. All
Oh
them
yeah.
different kind of wine.
Well, she was hot. She was hot. And I said, well, what got over Uncle Dump? She said, well, she said he went to the doctor this morning and said he stayed all day long. She said, I ain't never seen nobody go to the doctor. I done told him we had stuff we needed to do. The garden needed hoeing. We needed things we needed to do. The grass need mowing. And Dump go and stay at the doctor's all day long. So he comes straggling up down about 3 or 4 o'clock this evening. It about dark when I got there. And she said he come in the door and he was mad. And she said, so I tried to fix him a little something to eat. He said, I don't nothing to eat. I don't nothing. I don't food with you. I don't nothing. And she said, just leave me alone. And she said, well, what in the world is the matter with you? He said, well, I tell you, I went to the doctor's office. I sat in the waiting room all day long. Finally got there back out to the doctor. And the doctor was doing examinating, and he examined me from the bottom of my feet to the top of my head, examining everything about me, pushing and probing and mashing and poking and doing. And he said, so finally, he made me take my shirt off. And she said, why'd you make me take your shirt off? He said, well, if you going to get your Social Security, said you need to take your shirt off. So he said, I took my shirt off. She said, well, if taking your shirt off would got you Social Security, said you ought to pull your breeches down, then we could have got disability. And when she said that, Uncle Dump got hot, tore up everything in the house. It was on. They still fussing and fighting. I don't think he come home yet. I absolutely don't think he come home. She was ready for it.
I
Floyd, you
wouldn't.
seen her.
I
She
said I
got
wouldn't come
rocking.
home after that. No, I wouldn't come
Ellie,
home that
He done
boss
busted
nest.
all her wine. And she's out there that double barrel shotgun just to rock it.
Rocky.
I don't know. Charlie, maybe you can swing by over and check on them.
Guys,
Okay.
we are now at the time for Floyd's short list and books, sponsored exclusively by Bear Hill Auctioneers, TC Bear Hill. He's a good guy, got a good auctioneer company, and he is the exclusive sponsor, the one and only sponsor for Floyd's short lists and books. Brought to you tonight exclusively, ladies and gentlemen, by none other than Bear Hill Auctioneers.
Good evening. It's time for Floyd's short list. I got a few on here tonight. We're gonna start kind of light, then we're gonna reach a crescendo, and then we're gonna kind of taper off a little bit. First on the short list is Jews that have ever eaten suckerfish. Here were Cubans and Venezuelans. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Y'all got?
Yeah.
I can't see y'all. My screen went on. Cubans and Venezuelans that are more worried about dying from global warming than they are worried about starving to death. Pentecostal I better not get on that one. I better not hit that with this red right now. Better you know, reach that one on the crescendo. Muslims that want peace with Israel. Well, let me correct that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it. I said Muslims that want peace with Israel. Let me put it like this: Muslims that want peace with anyone.
Yeah.
Muslims that know what South is. Muslims that know what a covered dish dinner is. Vietnam
Oh.
veterans that are scared of global warming.
Roger Cook, comment
Yeah,
on that.
yeah. Vietnam veterans that are confused about what gender they are.
Ooh.
Back over here let's get back over here on my Pentecostal folks now.
Ooh.
Pentecostal preachers that drive a Prius. Pentecostal churches that don't have air conditioning. Oh, Lord. Pentecostal preachers that deliver a short sermon. They're winding on down here now. Other than having sex with multiple men, the things that Kamala Harris is good at. Hair plugs, capped teeth, and facelifts that Joe Biden has refused to have. People in the Biden administration that are sane.
Oh.
Electronic
Oh.
voting machines that cannot be hacked. Here's one. This is a very short list. Vietnam veterans that admire Jane Fonda.
Ooh.
And other than money and fame, the things that Jane Fonda likes about living in America. Things that liberals create other than. Let me start back on that again. Things that liberals create other than economic hardship, lawlessness, racial turmoil, high taxes, and high gas prices.
Amen.
That's it for tonight. That's it for Floyd Short. This right there.
Exclusive
All right
Ooh.
through the night.
by Berry Hill Auctioneers. Charlie, we are at the top of the hour. We've actually run over tonight, but maybe Facebook won't kick us off. But we have gone through an hour, guys. It don't seem like it. Charlie, if you'll go ahead and start us home.
All right. Once again, we look at the news and see what kind of times we're living in, and prayer is going to be the only answer to this thing. And some folks are beginning to stand up, and that's a good thing. We've seen that over here in this neck of the woods this week, and I think it's a good thing. So let's just keep on keeping on, and we appreciate everybody that tunes us in on Saturday night at 7 o'clock Alabama time, 8 o'clock for the folks over there across the river where y'all are, and we appreciate each and every one of you a whole bunch. We thank you for watching, Floyd.
Amen. Thank y'all for letting us come into y'all's home. If y'all will notice tonight, I just got here thinking about we have not said one thing about politicians tonight other than Floyd's short list that we hit pretty close to home on some of them. But we talked about something. We have no idea what we're going to talk about when we get on this. When it is spontaneous. I promise you, this is a spontaneous show. It is off the cuff. We are not scripted. So we appreciate y'all. We have not talked about any politician tonight other than the Floyd short list. We had a good time with y'all talking about the old times, talking about the music and the collard greens and the fish and all that kind of good stuff. We had a good time with y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all have a blessed week.
Hey, I just want to thank everybody for letting us come in. I hate I missed y'all last week, but I'm trying to come out of that second place slot. I'm trying to go for that first place trophy. Don't know they'll ever get it, but I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna keep practicing up. Pray for our country. Pray for each other. but pray that God don't turn his back on us like we turned our back on him, like this nation has turned its back on. Pray that he would continue to give us the forgiveness and the mercy that he has. And hey, listen, the ones of us that's praying people, we can't quit praying, because I honestly believe that's the only thing that's keeping us here. Is we got to keep praying, and but you can give up on a lot of stuff, but don't ever give up on Jesus, because he can turn it around like that. Before I go on and leave you these little bitty words of wisdom right here, and then I'm gonna hand it on off to Marvin and let him get us out of here. But I want you to pay attention to this. Always remember what I'm going to tell you in life. Always in life, whatever you do, always give 100%, unless you're donating blood. Take it away there, Marvin.
Pretty good there. Hey, guys, we want to throw this out to you. We want to know what's going on. We love to share y'all's fishing stories. We love to share your pictures. We'd like to share any news you've got, events, happenings. Send us some photos, special interest story. Hey, we got camera and we'll travel, and we would love to do some special interest stories and feature even videos on there. You can text pictures. You can email pictures, news, events, anything that you'd like for us to put on the show. Please keep it limited, but we would like to share. We've been sharing pictures of fishing for a long time, and we'd like to do that right there on the screen. RayClay@gmail.com or 229-254-5060. You can text it to, and we'd love to know what's going on in your world and share it here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. We want to thank you tonight for inviting us into your home. We love all of y'all. We appreciate you. Y'all are an encouragement to us. I know some of you said that y'all like to be on the show, and it's an encouragement, but y'all are an encouragement to us, and we want to say thank you. Tomorrow is Sunday. It's God's day. I pray you'll give him his due. I pray you go to church somewhere tomorrow, and if you're not able to go to church, tune in online, watch somebody online. Just give the Lord. Tomorrow's the day the Lord has made, and it's the seventh day, and on the seventh day God rested, and we need to worship him. That's what it's for tomorrow. Let me leave you with this scripture, and then we'll get out of here. Scripture for the week is coming from James 1:19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath. Well, that's some good words to live by.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we hope to see you next Saturday night, same time and same place. Share our video with somebody. Get somebody that you know that doesn't watch. Get them hooked on our show. We'd love them to have them be a part of our audience on Saturday nights, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We love all of you, and we hope you have a blessed week, and we look forward to seeing you next Saturday night. Good night, and God bless you.